Being in love might actually be one of the worst reasons to get married. Here's why. Not before you click off, I'm not saying love doesn't matter, but the kind of love that makes your heart race. The kind that had you saying this is the one. Gary Chapman says that feeling alone is not enough to build a marriage on, and in Chapter 1 of Things I Wish I'd Known Before We Got Married, he explains exactly why so many couples still end up deeply unhappy. Let's break it down, Manny. Believe that being deeply, passionately in love is enough. That if the feeling is strong enough, everything else will work itself out. And honestly, society backs this up. Movies, music, social media, they all sell us the same story. Find the one who gives you butterflies, and you're set for life. But Chapman says, not so fast. Chapman makes a sharp distinction between falling in love and choosing to love. Falling in love, he argues, is not really something you do. It's something that happens to you. It's emotional, it's euphoric, it's also, according to Chapman, temporary. He describes the in-love experience as a kind of emotional obsession, where you idealize your partner and overlook their flaws. But research and real-life experience both suggest this phase has a shelf life. Chapman puts it at around years, give or take. After that, the fog lifts. You start to see your partner more clearly, their habits, their flaws, their quirks, and couples who built their entire relationship on that initial rush suddenly find themselves asking, did I marry the wrong person? And here's where it gets really interesting. Chapman points out that many people don't actually fall in love with a real person. They fall in love with a version of that person they've constructed in their mind. You're in love with the idea of them, the potential, the highlight reel. This is why the post-wedding reality can feel like a shock. You didn't marry a stranger, but you married someone you didn't fully know. And that's a problem when you've staked your future on a feeling. Think about it this way. During the in-love phase, you're essentially seeing your partner through a filter. Everything looks beautiful, but filters don't last. And when they're gone, what you're left with is the real person, with real flaws and real insecurities. Chapman isn't being cynical here. He's being honest, because the couples who go in prepared are the ones who come out stronger. Let me paint a picture. The people meet. The chemistry is instant. They spend every moment together and can't imagine life apart. Fast forward 18 months into marriage, he leaves his socks on the floor every single day. She shuts down every time there's a disagreement. He spends money without consulting her. She calls her mother about every argument. And suddenly that perfect love story starts to feel like a mistake. Did the love disappear? Not exactly. The illusion disappeared. And they were never taught how to love beyond the feeling. That's Chapman's whole point. So what's Chapman's solution? He argues that a successful marriage isn't built on emotion. It's built on knowledge, commitment, and skills. Knowledge meaning you genuinely understand who this person is, their values, their wounds, their goals, their triggers, not just what they like for breakfast, but who they are when life gets hard. Commitment meaning love becomes a daily decision, not just a feeling you wait to experience. You choose your partner on the good days and the hard days. On the days you feel it and the days you don't. Skills, meaning you learn how to communicate without tearing each other down. How to resolve conflict without walking away. How to serve each other intentionally, even when you're tired or frustrated. The feeling of being in love can start a relationship, but it cannot sustain one. Sustaining a marriage takes work. Chapman is upfront about that from page 1. Additionally, Chapman essentially asks every reader, and I'm asking you too, are you in love with this person, or do you love them? Because those are two very different things. Being in love is passive. It happens to you. It's driven by chemistry, attraction, and emotion. It feels effortless because in the beginning, it usually is. Loving someone is active. You choose it every day, especially on the days when it's hard. It's about showing up, being patient, being honest, and committing to growth together even when it's uncomfortable. One is about what they make you feel. The other is about who you decide to be toward them, regardless of how you feel in the moment. And here's the thing, real love, the kind that's chosen and cultivated, is actually far more beautiful than the butterflies and fireworks version. Because it's real. It's been tested. It's been chosen again and again. That distinction? That's the entire foundation of this chapter. So whether you're engaged, dating, or just thinking about marriage someday, Chapman's challenge to you is this. Don't just ask, do I love this person? Ask yourself deeper questions. Do I know this person? Not just the version they show me on good days, but who they are under pressure. Am I willing to choose this person even when the feeling isn't there? Am I developing the skills to make this relationship work long term? If you can't answer those questions with confidence, Chapman would say, slow down. The feeling is a starting point, not a finishing line. Chapman isn't saying romance is bad or that feelings don't matter. He's saying that if you walk into marriage thinking feelings alone will carry you through, you will eventually hit a wall. The couples who thrive are the ones who made a decision to love, not just a declaration of feeling. And I think that's something our generation needs to hear more of. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you ever experienced that shift from the in-love phase to something deeper? How did you navigate it? And if you want to follow this full chapter-by-chapter breakdown, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. We're just getting started, and it only gets more interesting from here. See you in the next one.